if you're starting out as an entrepreneur, it's a rocky ride. It's bumpy, and you're going to make so many mistakes. It's ridiculous. And I am not jealous. It's tough. It's very freaking tough, yeah. And you have to be very tough, and you have to be very positive, and you have to take every single opportunity that you have. It might blow up in your face, but you should take it. And yes, you have to prepare yourself to work very hard.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Sessions, a video podcast brought to you by Pro Studio, where we discuss an entrepreneur's business life and while we edit some social media as well. So hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Sessions. Today we are joined by Christie van Sale. Not only is she a full-time accountant, but also owner of Grabtobian, a professional beauty and makeup brand based in Namibia. And if you ask me personally, a very, very hard-working lady. So yeah, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad we're finally doing this.
Yeah, finally.
It's been coming for a while. So yes, finally, yeah.
Before we head into the episode, also want to give a quick shout out here to Now Cliff Water. Thank you. With you, we are able to make this show happen. So thank you to you. Christy, I want to get right into the episode. Ask you just a 10-15 minute bio of who are you? Who's Grabtobian? Give us a bit of a background. Where did you start? How did you start about with your business? Tell us a bit about you.
So makeup for me is a passion. I grew up in a small town in South Africa. I went to hostel since I was 7 years old. I can't believe my parents did that to me, but here I am. I survived, and I've always been the person that everyone comes to finish for a dance or we called it a sokkie. I'm Afrikaans speaking. So I assume it came from there. I was just always the person everyone asked. Yes. So
you were born in Namibia, right?
I'm not born in Namibia. Okay. I'm South African. I was born there.
But moved here at an early age?
I moved here when I was 24.
Okay.
I worked here for about 2-3 years maybe, and moved back, working there for 2.5 years. Yeah. And then I got married here, and then I moved back here. Yeah. So I'm loving Namibia. I struggled in the beginning to find my feet, but now I will never leave.
Really? Okay, interesting. You love the country.
I love the country.
And
yes.
the people, obviously. I think that's what keeps
people are friendly, very friendly here. When you're from outside, you struggle to make friends. Yeah, I think people are very friendly, but they're not your friend easily. Yeah. Yes. So
groups are very cliquey here.
Very, very. But I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's basically where we started. And then after I graduated school, I went to study at the University of Johannesburg. My parents were firm believers, or are firm believers, of getting an academic degree.
Yes.
So I finished that and then started working at an accounting firm, doing auditing. So those who really know me, so that's how I ended up in that industry. And in between my moving here back and forth to Namibia, and I did my studying for makeup as well, because it was a love of mine. I've always been busy with that. Yeah. So I decided I want to get qualified, and I did my courses and started a little bit of a small business. And I'm talking 8-9 years ago. People tend to think that this happens overnight, and it was a long road, and I enjoyed it always. It was always, for me, it was never about doing a business. It was always by
the passion side of it.
Living out my passion. Yes.
But was it you studied then accounting, or went through university you were an accountant then afterwards, or broke off and then did makeup, or no?
This is a long story. Yeah. I studied law.
Okay.
Yes. So I studied law, and then after that I did my accounting degree. Okay. Yeah.
And then in between, makeup just as a passion side. Hobby.
Yes, absolutely. It's always been, and I really enjoy it. I can do that every day. I can never get tired of it. So that's where the love comes from. Yes.
How did you? What tickled you to actually say, okay, I'm going to stop accounting and just do makeup fully? Was it just that your passion is so big for it, you say, I'll do this full time, or was it maybe that you? My question here is actually, did you maybe finish university, you started in an accountant field, and then perhaps realized this is not my industry, so I'm going to make a move? Or is not the case?
No. I still do accounting and I still do auditing and all of that. Or I prepare now audit files. I don't do the physical. So I am still in that industry and I still work in that industry. And I do think that I have a more tendency towards the accounting side of things, or maybe math. I've always been good at that. But I think when you have artistry in you, if you have an artistic side, it'll always come out somehow. And I found it in makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you switched in afterwards, or after university?
No, I'm still in that industry. I'm still working. Yes, that's my day job. Yes.
Okay, see, because I didn't know. I thought you just run Graftobian full out, and that's your full day to day.
That's the plan.
Okay.
That's the dream. Yes.
So give us a bit of background now. So you do work then full time for yourself as an accountant, or do you work with a firm? Yes.
So I have my own business, and I have my clients that's been with me for many, many years. And so I have a few that's through COVID now lost their businesses, unfortunately. So it has been affecting us in that industry as well. So I decided, because I want to do this full time, I want to do the makeup and Graftobian full time. We will get to the Graftobian side of things just now. But yeah, I am a bit hesitant in the circumstances that we have, but it's been...
It's also good to have two legs right now, right? So you have this one accounting side that keeps you afloat. That's your bread and butter, so to say, and then makeup is the dream that you want to go to.
Yes. And I sleep very little because it's two full-on businesses, and I have to. So it is difficult. It's something that I do think about a lot, because Graftobian and the makeup is taking up a lot of my time. So and I have employees there, and it works like that for now. But yes, we will see where we end up. There is a part of me that's a little bit hesitant, because it's been a passion and it's never been a must. And I don't know if I want it to be a must, that I have my sales target, because maybe it's because it's a passion that I don't need to make it I don't know. You've got two very different schools that teach you should do your passion, or you should, keep it a passion. Yes. So I'm in between in the moment.
Okay. Tell us a bit more about Graftobian, what it is, and what the brand is, what it actually stands for, and also what it is.
So what was interesting for me about Graftobian, it's fairly new in Africa. I think they must be just over 4 years old here, officially now. I have done shadowing with a makeup artist, and she used to have a few of the Graftobian products in her kit, and that's how I knew about the brand. But it wasn't really available in Africa. And what was interesting to me, or what sold it to me, was 4 points. First being, it is the science behind it is so far ahead. It's designed 100% for 8K camera and 4K, 8K camera. So it is a application that is very user friendly, very light to the feel of the skin. So going forward, I see a future for this brand, because it's so scientific in that sense. Just for the viewers or the listeners maybe that do not know what this means, if you guys that are in the industry will know, if you shoot something in a 8K or a 4K lens, it means that you can see on screen 4 times or then 8 times better than with a naked eye. So you can imagine, if you have a foundation that has a mask-like finish, or that's not performing very well, it would be disturbing to the eye. And if you didn't blend well. So the pigments are formulated in such a matter that it is it's friendly to the camera. which I think in future is going to be very important because, you know, even our cell phones are now 4K.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even in
but
Africa.
I think you also saw an opportunity to grab that and also to be the first, so to say, in Africa that takes on the brand.
Exactly, yes. And to expose that to people in here that we haven't worked in this or in that camera angle or lens, can I say. Second thing would be the range. So you can really do from the highest glamorous beauty to the heaviest special effects. You have the whole range. We have theatre in Namibia. We have filming in Namibia. It's big. It's really growing. So while we have it here, we should be good at it, and we should have that ability to help that market evolve and become better and more interesting and more competitive in the world. Thirdly, for me, it is animal friendly. It's cruelty free. So obviously that's something that I live with. It's for me important that the product that I use isn't influenced by any testing or at no point. It is manufactured and packaged in the United States, so we get it from there, and it's coming directly to Namibia now. So we are very happy with that. Yes, and I think I'm a painter. We do a lot of beauty work here, but yes, that part of Graftobian is very big. And so that obviously spoke to me because that's something that I would really want to go into. Yeah.
Are you also like a distributor then? So you basically purchase the products, also other makeup artists can purchase it from you, or you have to first go through a training to learn how to work with a brand, with the products, and then work on it? Or no, there's nothing specific like that?
Okay, I'm so glad for this question because it's very user-friendly. With any like minor training, you can use it. It is now bigger in the retail market. It has been it's been formulated more for the professional artist. But now we have this is another thing that I just want to mention. Now we have a single that you can purchase per person. So we are, big in the retail market as well.
Okay.
So the fourth thing actually was that it has a range. We've got 64 colors of foundation. So you have the full skin tone range that you can service. And that is very, very rare in a makeup brand. Yeah. So this is obviously for Africa very important because I do think that darker skin tones, they struggle more with finding a perfect shade. And then with the undertones, we also have a separate palette, so you can really match that person 100%, and they can go away with their compact. So yes, they are big in moving towards the retail user end user person to purchase the product. So that's obviously in Namibia where we focus, because we do not have a big makeup artistry
base
here. Yes.
Tell me a bit, how did you get to know of Graftobian? How did you get into it? I mean, on the sideline you did accounting, right? And then you did makeup for a passion, but I think in the beginning, actually another question I have before we get to that, you studied as well makeup then, or was it just you're good at it and you kept on moving, watched tutorials, trained yourself, or did you go through another formal training?
So obviously, I think when you are as obsessed with something as I am with this, you tend to pick it up.
Okay.
Very, like every single video that comes up, you would like, okay, yes. So you pick up obviously techniques, but I did study because I wanted the papers. Yes. So I am qualified. I did that after, because my parents didn't pay for that. They paid for the university degrees, so I had to do that myself. Yes.
Actually, a question on that right away is how much did you struggle to actually, like, perhaps you answered that already. You did work then maybe as an accountant, made some income, and by the side pushed your brand a bit and pushed also the makeup side a bit. So you kept afloat like that, or was there also side hustles where you...
So this is something that no one really knows, but I worked and I didn't spend a lot of money. I didn't buy myself shoes and all of that. So I saved. And then I obviously bought my kit. And then I did my certification.
Was that also still, sorry to interrupt you now, but is that also still when Graftobian didn't believe in you yet? They didn't know you. They're just like, here's a package, or was that something completely?
No, that was way back when.
Okay.
I'm talking 8-9 years ago. Yes.
Okay.
So then when I went for my qualification, you buy a kit with that. So obviously I didn't have any Graftobian products in that. No, yes. Okay. Graftobian is only now 4 years old in Namibia. Yeah.
It's true, you said it earlier.
Yes, yeah. So no, I did. And what happened is I took everything that I made and I bought the distribution. So obviously we've got an agent for Africa and then you have a distribution for every country.
Yes,
and that's where I fit in. I'm the distributor.
You bought it for Africa right away?
No, for I only have it now for Namibia.
Okay.
Yeah. So my pockets weren't that deep.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But we will get there.
Right? Yeah.
We will get there.
Cool. I actually wanted to also ask what happened first in that regard. So what I mean with that is what happened first in terms of you worked just as a normal makeup artist, you did accounting, then you started at Graftobian.
Yes.
And did it pick up then crazily? Like did through the brand also maybe it's also a time span that you moved obviously back to Namibia, you were in South Africa. Did you see there a big growth since you started having Graftobian as under your belt and in your name?
So for me it was gradually. Yeah. I was I didn't own the Graftobian distribution. So I was just operating as a normal makeup artist in your everyday.
But using Graftobian products already.
I did have some of it. Yes. It is obviously a big love of mine, a big passion of mine. So yes, I did, and I also I still have my kit. So I have. So many products, I can't even put it in my car. That's where it came from. And then after, I think 5 years, I got the opportunity to invest in Graftobian when it came to Africa. And then I jumped at it because I've been exposed to a few of the products and I really liked it, yes. And then when I started with my research, I realized that, these guys are really going they're really scientific about it. Yes. And I really liked it because I think that spoke to my left side of my brain, if I can put it like that.
Yes. Your creative side, Tell me a bit more about Graftobian. You now then employed people, or is it just you alone still? Did you get a shop? Tell me a bit about that. I have no idea.
So this is the exciting part of it because I get in touch with so many people. I am introvert, so for me it's been a stretch. I learned how to do this, so I have a group of very dedicated artists and assistants that help me. We all have our own space and we all work together. So we have a WhatsApp group and we get excited there and,
But they are not full-time employed by you. They're just
I only had
subcontracted just for certain work, but they're all on their own as well. But all using the Graftobian brand.
Yes, correct, yes. So I only have one employee that's full-time by me,
Tell me in regard to your accounting side, I want to touch a bit base on both because I still see you both, like you said, you're running both businesses.
Yeah.
The accounting side, which one is more? Is it the accounting side or the Graftobian, like your makeup side in Namibia and currently?
I live of the accounting side. That's what I live of. So that's obviously the bigger, the more that would be my priority. So that's where I have to have my targets, have my goals, have my income, diary. Obviously. Yes, that's very important to me. I have to have that. I like the steady income.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. And makeup is slowly coming in more.
I am not like you. They can crash on a couch.
No.
And you should tell your story one day. But yeah, I like the safer side. Maybe it's because I'm a woman. I don't know. I'm single at the moment, so I have to have a steady income.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's for me a struggle to let that go. Yes. But I enjoy that as well. It does, it does speak to my mathematical side, if I can put it like that. Yes. Yeah.
Tell me, on a daily basis or say monthly basis, are you then booked? Is your accounting side running like this, that you have any time to quickly jump for a shoot, that you go out and do makeup? Or is it that you stop doing makeup now and just distribute? Tell us about your life cycle a bit currently.
Okay, so I'm lucky.
Or your work cycle. Sorry.
Yes. So I'm going to answer the makeup side first. I'm lucky. I have people that can sell. Mm-hmm. So I have I've got now someone in the north as well. So we're moving north finally.
Yeah, cool.
Yes. So I'm so excited about that. But I have people that know how to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for me, I have a schedule. Mm-hmm. In that schedule is my weekly, my monthly, and my daily list that I have to complete. So I'm very focused on that. I start very early in the morning and I get through the most important things first. Mm-hmm. And then last, I do my emails. So I do try to keep makeup is mostly booked in the afternoon, right?
Okay.
So I try to keep my mornings open for receiver and those type of things that needs to happen. And then in the afternoon, I would do more less brain work, and then I would do my makeup, my creative things, and do
so
that.
You juggle both every day, so to
yes.
say. It's not like that you say, okay, I work 5 hours,
yes.
5 days a week just on accounting, and then Fridays you can book me for makeup. No, you juggle both at the same time.
No, I do it both.
Crazy, then you do not have a life.
No, I do not.
You are very busy. Tell us a bit about your, a startup fund. I think you already discussed it a bit. You funded yourself. Yes. That's how you got into it. There was no mommy and daddy who funded everything. Here's a car, here's a house, here's everything. You sorted.
Yeah.
Was that a case or no?
Look, I have a very supportive family. Mm-hmm. And they would really do anything for me. But there's a big part of me, in Afrikaans they call you hardigheid. Mm-hmm. But there's a part of me that I want to make it on my own. So I saved. I didn't go out. I didn't party. I didn't drink. I worked. So I saved loads of money, and then I bought the distribution myself. So it was really, I was really very, very disciplined.
That, yes. I respect that a lot.
Yes, and so it's not an overnight thing. Yeah, I worked
actually in that regard.
well.
How long did it take you? Yeah, that's also a question. Since say from starting accounting, studying till now, you actually are able to be your own business owner, be established, have a steady income, and be able to even expand further now with ideas.
Yes, yeah. I would say it took me 10, 15 years. Yes, mm-hmm. Yes. It's definitely, if you are 20 and you are watching this, you're not going to be rich tomorrow. No. Even with Bitcoin, you have to put in the work. It's very... I look at people and they want to earn $1 million a month. And it really, there is no quick fix. You have to put in the work. You have to be good. I always tell the youngsters that, you have to have something to YouTube about. You have to be interesting. You have to have some skill. And skill comes with time.
Yeah, obviously, 100%.
Yes,
I agree with that.
Yes.
Can I ask you also what else are your goals for Graftobian?
Oh... I do not want to
I'm not asking here for your secret recipes and stuff, but anything that you feel like you can share a bit?
Yes, absolutely. So we are expanding in the country quite a bit this year, which I'm very excited because Namibia is difficult. Mm-hmm. People, they tend to watch you for a very long time before they trust you, right?
Okay.
So it took me now 5 years to get to a point where people actually start, really invest in it. Yes. Yeah, they would try something, but they will not do the business with you.
Do you feel Namibia is difficult in that regard? Like it's more difficult here than in Joburg or Cape Town?
I do think that it's very competitive in Cape Town and Joburg and South Africa. You know, I haven't really in that industry I haven't done makeup. I've worked here. So, but Namibia is a very interesting place. People do not understand qualifications, because you can do jumping jacks in zoo park and you will be a personal trainer. And for me,
I want to shake your hand. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So it's difficult. I work very hard on upping the industry.
Yes.
And getting people to understand that you pay for a skill and you pay for product and you pay for a kit, and a kit is expensive. I don't know how many people know this, but I would say a professional kit would cost you between 70 and 100,000. It is a lot of money. So you need to understand that what you are paying for is because I can service every single person that sits in my chair, regardless of their skin tone, the condition of their skin. I must be able as a professional to cater, to help you, to cover what you need to be covered and work with what you give me. And that actually comes, you cannot self-teach that. You need to,
at least have
that.
Also some formal education about it, and then in order to be professional.
Art is a art, so you're obviously going to have a feel for it. By all means. But to really go into the science and have that approach, which I am very passionate about.
Tell me a bit more about your expansion or whatever you want to do with what your goal is with Craftopia.
Okay. So for me, this year I have, I want to do more group things. I want to see where Namibia goes in that sense.
Workshops as well, perhaps?
Yes. And, just to spread awareness. And then I have identified a few people that I want to expand it in the country, because we were lying always windhoek coast, like down to the south. So I'm so happy that we can go north. And then I do not want to reveal that yet.
But obviously. Don't give us some sweet stuff, but tell us.
Yes, but we will go a lot further this year.
Okay, cool stuff. I'll keep it there. Let's keep it there. I actually have another question in regards to challenges you are facing while running two businesses now in Namibia. I'm not asking for the frustrations about specifically now accounting or makeup, but just in general, like you being a business owner, an entrepreneur, hustling, doing two businesses, what frustrations do you feel are in Namibia a daily thing or a given with that as well?
Well, if I must be honest with you, I am a very inward person. So I do not have frustrations in Namibia with people or with, obviously we have our industry when it comes to IT, we struggle. You do not have the access to systems as on the accounting side, we are now online with most of our clients, which took 5 years. So I would say things like that bother me, but I am not a person that would really go sit. I hate that people hear Skinner so much, but it's a small town, and in a small town that is,
a few thousand people in Windhoek,
it is a small town, yes. And people often say to me specifically, because I'm from the Eastern Free State, they tell me, "Oh, Windhoek is just the size of Bloemfontein." It's not. It's not. No. It's not. It's very small. So I think that's a challenge for me, because you hear things about yourself that's simply not true.
I feel often that the Namibians don't even know who you are. They just do.
And they make up their mind before they even get to know you. And they would not book you because of something that someone else said. That person, they don't even...
What do you feel in regard to word of mouth in this country?
It's a difficult one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you get better business through it, or is it also hurting your business sometimes?
Like, I believe any form of word of mouth is also a very good advertising method. It's for me a difficult thing. I think it can hurt your business if you use it wrong. Yeah, I really try to make our industry look professional, makeup wise. I
think also that's your goal and your aim, right?
Yes, that's my biggest thing. I want to make people understand that this is not, I didn't wake up and I'm good with a makeup brush. There's a whole lot of thought put into your look when you leave. So what I was trying to say is that I don't really care what people say and do. I focus on my thing that I want to accomplish and
on your happiness, I think, and ultimately that makes you money, right? So if accountant makes money and if you have your clients there, I see it sometimes like this. I'm just me and I can just be me, so I'll do my business. I go about my business. If you hate me, you hate me, so be it. Next client will be happy with me again. So there's always two sides of a story.
Yes, absolutely. And if we were living in Joburg, we wouldn't even have this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
It's because we're small.
It is small.
And it's because you need to be, actually in Namibia, you need to be a private person. Because if people know something about you, that story can spread quite. I know that other people has had this experience as well. So for me, I don't really focus on that. I want to see the beautiful in people.
Maybe on regard also to move on to maybe ask you a question that interests me personally is, are you more a person that lingers on the negative side to say, screw that, put it aside, let's focus on the positive and move on?
I think so I'm going to give it to you straight.
Please do.
I don't have any negative things in my life. Yes, there's obviously your days. Some are hard, some are very hard. And sometimes you hear things that really upset you. But I tend to move on quickly. And I think it's very conscious for me. I decide to move on. If that is what you think, then, maybe in 10 years, I've proved that wrong to you. If you have, for instance, a problem or with, but I don't sit and cry about something.
I want to ask you a question about exactly this topic. Do you spend during your work hours time with bullshit and family issues and private, like drama in your life? Or would you say, listen, if you want to move forward in life, forget about that, sort it out on another day or afterwards or after hours. When you are in business, it's about the business. That's like, so it's difficult. My question is more like, do you then also, similar like I do, tend to say everything that's personal and how important is this right now? Is someone dying? No, then leave me alone. I'm doing business right now, full out. And tonight at 8 o'clock, I will sort you out. I don't know if you have the same mindset.
People don't like to hear this, but yes, I am not going to entertain, your lost keys. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Like most probably not every single person is going to be able to live with me. So unfortunately, I am very business orientated. To the point where it can hurt a relationship if you don't understand that.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think you have the same problem as I.
Yes.
A lot of friends would say then you have, at some point they don't even call you anymore because they would just say you never have time. Say, yes, because I don't have time during the day to have a quick coffee just to talk bullshit. So let's do that on a Sunday, then I'll make time for it and we socialize. I also say I'm not socializing, but then we have time for that. But when we work, when I'm busy, I want to work. That's why I'm here. So.
And that's why you should have good coffee at your office.
At the office. So you can actually also have a good, quick, proper chat. Maybe it's about crypto, maybe it's about something else.
Yes.
But it's also not just worthless piece of cack that you talk. So
I find it that people don't like that so much. Because I really do. I don't entertain bullshit. I don't.
It's a cool answer, actually, on that. I want to ask you another question in regards to if you use social media as a business tool.
I would say a very big yes, I do. I do think that, if you're busy, you don't put as much attention to it. So my method is definitely not the best, but I try to do my planning in one stage of the week, usually over a weekend. And then I would know for the week, because if it's like cooking. If you don't plan that, if you're busy, you will get home on a Wednesday night like, shit, what are we having for dinner? So I am very strict on myself. I'm very strict on myself. Every weekend I plan my dinners and I plan my social media for the week. Okay. Yeah. And then I would Facebook has a tool where you can schedule. I would do that, and that helps tremendously. And then obviously on Instagram you have to get a little bit more attention. So there I have my different schedule, which I also put in my weekly, my monthly, and my daily list. Yeah.
What platform do you mostly prefer, and what helps with your business?
At the moment, I get most business through Facebook. But I enjoy Instagram more. Yes.
Okay. And do you say business is Facebook then better, or Facebook you get your
I would get my bookings mostly from Facebook. Yes. Okay. Yes.
What is your thoughts on WhatsApp and Telegram? Do you also use that as a business tool, or is it more still just communications, or do you use it as a newsletter type of function, or broadcast list, update people, maybe even some of your sales reps, if that is the right word for it? Or
so yes. I'm very active when it comes to my group. My hope is that they would do the communication in their circle of influence.
That's just then with those who sell Graftobian as
that
well.
That is in my team.
Your inner circle.
Yes, on my team. I have not done any. I've done mass email and broadcast messaging. I've done that. I find it to be very irritating to me. So I don't want to irritate other people.
100% no. I like the straightforward answer on that.
Yeah. So I don't use Instagram or Telegram. I've actually not really looked at Telegram that intensively. I don't know what the English word for it is.
Yeah, no. After the session, I'll give you a quick rundown. Yeah. I actually wanted to know, how much do you interact with comments, inbox messaging, Instagram inbox messaging? Is that something when someone writes to you, do you get back, or is it just like, this person doesn't even reply? What is your thoughts also on it?
I have had so many clients tell me, I sent them a message on Facebook and they haven't even replied. I'm like, thank goodness. So, so I do try. I do try to attend to every single message. I do try to, even if it's Instagram DM, I do. I get a lot of collaboration requests. I try to do those that are actually in Namibia. I do try. I do not get to all of them. And I do check how many followers you have. I do check what influence you have. I do check if you are someone in an industry that I haven't really penetrated yet. I do. Yeah. Because that's obviously, I'm not gonna collaborate with you if you have 214 followers. What must I do with that?
To be honest, I think it's not in a rude way, but it's also sometimes waste of time, because the amount of time I spend with you, then again spending with the time with someone who has 100,000 followers, the return is just bigger on the 100,000. So obviously, yes. Some people shouldn't see that as rude. It's
no. And I would answer you accordingly. I would ask you, please, work on your following, and then contact me in a year. That would be my answer, because I will never show someone away. So polite, obviously, I want everyone. It's a small country, but in the moment, I struggle to get the following on Instagram. That's for me a platform that you need to work super, super hard. So yes, I'm very focused on that for this year.
Can you maybe tell me a bit on your daily schedule there? I'm very interested personally in it. Like you mentioned earlier when we had a coffee quickly, you said emails is later what you do during the day. So in the mornings, you make sure to get to the important stuff. Do you then right away check Facebook quickly, comments, WhatsApps, then you'd go about your day, and then late at night? Tell me a bit more, how is your structure there?
Okay, so for me, a phone is a wonderful as well as a very irritating thing, right? So I start early. I do the things that's priority for me first. And then I do not actually check Facebook or WhatsApp. I don't know about other phones, but my phone can give you a message if you open it with your face. How ridiculous is that anyway? But anyway, then I would see if it's important. I will answer. If it's not, I'm very disciplined with my phone, because once it's like an email, we've spoken about it earlier. Once if you start with emails 8:00 in the morning, you're still busy with it at 4. Yeah, it doesn't stop. So I am very disciplined with it. I would answer in certain times in a day. So I'm very, very, very disciplined on my schedule. I do my work in the morning, and then I would, go to work.
100%. I can actually elaborate also a little bit on that. I think what you have the same problem as I, where you also still are a business owner that has to do the work. So you're just not just doing the admin side. Yeah. So you have to do admin a bit, then like pause it, go and actually do the work that you have to do, then later come back again. And they obviously have to respect the time also and be, like you said, disciplined for yourself to say, okay, stop now at 9. You from 8 to 9 do emails. The rest needs to wait tonight. Then during the day work. Because if you sit there the whole day...
I try not to do any scrolling during the day or start, because once you start with the phone and the emails, you do that the whole day.
Yeah.
And then you haven't done any work.
I actually wanted to ask you on that. How much time do you spend during the day on just scrolling and browsing like Instagram, Facebook? If it's now business related or competitors or checking out a new vendor or whatever, individual, is that a lot of things? Do you say during the day I take time to do that, or like no? If late at night between 9 and 10 or whatever. I don't know your sleep cycle, but is it that you'd rather say do it later at night?
Well, I have days where I don't go onto Facebook or Instagram because I really try and get my content out, and that's what I focus on. So I am not always aware of competition. So I try to answer the messages. I post my things and I try to make it look nice, and that's basically how I do. Yeah.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on, are you a fan of Instagram? Are you a fan of Facebook? Do you think Facebook is dying? It's slowly outgrowing? Is there TikTok coming? Is there now Telegram and so on? What are your thoughts around that? Or are you just saying, I don't have time for that many. Facebook is my go-to tool and Instagram I'm making use of.
Personally, this is not what I'm reading, but personally, I don't think, especially in smaller countries, I don't think Facebook is going to die in the next 5 years, I do think Instagram is very, very big and very important for a business owner. For me personally, I think I have older people on Facebook and younger people on Instagram, which is obviously most now. But they are going to get old as well, We're not standing still. So obviously there will be something new. There will be a TikTok, there will be a Telegram, there will be all of that.
Can I ask you in regards to stories?
Yeah.
Instagram stories and Facebook stories and WhatsApp status stories. Have you tried them perhaps all three at the same time? And which one is making you actually sales? Like which one is your number one platform that if you want to make a sale today, I will go to this platform?
I would use Facebook for that.
Okay, great.
I would use Facebook for that because I think that person that is using Facebook is the one that can pay. Yeah. So if I want to sell something, I would, and I've got a big following on Facebook, so obviously I reach a lot of people.
Cool.
Yes. So for me, that would be the answer. Yeah. I really do try to be on all the platforms that I know is going big, viral.
But obviously it makes sense if you're now big on Facebook, stay there. Obviously Instagram will come
slowly. That is where I wanted
focus
to
is
get.
On Facebook.
Yes, because you will also see people that yes, you have to be on all the platforms. Because you're going to have a follower that that understands Instagram better. So you have to be everywhere. But if you have your big following on Facebook, I also say use that.
Use that, yeah.
It doesn't help you have that big following, but you are trying to make sure that you're making waves on the side.
I think what you also mean is that you're not scared of missing out on the other platforms. So you're slowly starting moving over here, even though you have already a following here. So you stay loyal with the platform that you use. And then maybe have a future venture a little bit over. I think it also time will tell and show where's the audience going bigger and going over. I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on Pay Today, on Lefa, Tap a Meal, all these apps that are out right now? I know you're not such in the techie space, but you in general yourself, are you making use of it? Do you find it convenient?
I wish people would understand those things better because it can make your life so much easier. We don't have Zapper and all of that, but it will happen in Namibia, and it would make your life so much easier.
I think it's already here. A lot of people just don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we have Zapper?
Not Zapper, but like the Pay Today function.
Yeah, and
a lot of people don't use it.
Yeah, I know. I love that, by the way. And you can pay me also there, so I have a profile with them. And then there's also this Pay Buddy that I'm looking into. I do think that is definitely something that you shouldn't miss out. I am person, obviously, because I can't really, I can't go shopping. I don't have that time
you don't have
available.
the time to do that.
Yes.
Actually.
So for me, what I do, honestly, is I go onto Superbalist. I buy what I need there. I have it shipped to my sister, and then when I go to Joburg, I just
carry it. Yeah, but see, that's how you save time again during your day.
Yes, so it would be awesome if we move in that direction.
What do you think actually on that regard in e-commerce in Namibia? Having e-commerce websites, being shops that sell stuff.
So look, I have an online shop. I think I sold 3 or 4 times on there. And, I think...
Is it to Namibians or
Yes,
outside?
to Namibians,
okay,
exactly.
Yeah, cool.
I don't know if... Namibia is a very special market in that sense, yes. So I'm hoping that people will start using that more. Yes, because we have this highway import and export. I use them. I like online stuff.
Okay, but you think it's definitely time and it will come, yeah. May I also ask you, what are you passionate outside of makeup, accounting, and in your business life? Who are you on your personal note?
I like to run. I like to be outdoors. I grew up on a farm, so that's who I am. I'm plain, I'm simple. I like running. I like spending time with animals. Yes,
cool.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
Can I ask you biggest lessons you've learned as an entrepreneur? Your biggest lessons.
This will keep us busy for a whole day.
Okay, just give us one that the viewers can also
most
understand.
Recent lesson. It's going to sound counter of what I was saying because I love people, even though I am introvert. I unfortunately have the ability to let people into my life quite. A lot, and they will know everything.
And you will help and help and help.
And then they would turn around and they would absolutely do something that you cannot believe. So for me, the biggest lesson is to almost, I want to see, keep it professional. That's what I want to say. For me, that is going to be this year. I'm going to see if that works for me. Yeah. So my biggest regret would be I've allowed a lot of people like quite close to me and to my business and knowing the ins and the outs. Yes. So.
And it hurt you a bit. And obviously, I think then biggest lesson learned is keep it professional.
Keep it professional. Yes.
I think that's one thing we in Namibia struggle a lot with. I personally also struggle with that, where you are too personal with everyone, even with businesses, with other business owners, with clients, with employees, where you are too personal because it's such a small place. We are personal. I know what you did over the weekend. You know what I did. And sometimes that comes back at you where I should have just stayed professional and said, listen, you know me here in the office with a suit or whatever, a nice t-shirt, but at home I might do some weird DIY stuff that not everyone knows.
Yes.
But that's obviously the side, but some of that can be business hurting as well.
Yes, and because it's such a small country, people would really say things that can hurt your business potentially.
May I ask you along the way, have you ever had someone that was close to you that perhaps you taught the lesson, you taught everything, they started working with you, even though not having a professional background, so you take them in when they were still, so to say, on the street, a nobody, learned a lot, and suddenly 2-3 years later you realize, oops, the person is out, now it's your direct competition.
Yes, that's happened to me a few times, and for me, I wish that person would appreciate those
the practice phase,
the practice where they came from,
and at least be just humble
enough to acknowledge that.
Yes,
yes,
and perhaps also stand up and say, acknowledge that I actually learned with you, I studied through, or I understand the market better now, and I'm also a business owner now due to you. Thank you for that. And
yes.
I think I can say a big. I don't want to get this bring this talk to this side now, but. There's a big part of me where I would also just like to hear a thank you from other individuals that spent time with you, you practiced, you gave money, you built them.
You invested in that person, yes.
And
also in their
abilities. And I think it also comes back to what you said earlier again, where you said in Namibia, every hunky-dory is now then also a makeup artist, even though have you studied it? No, you learned a lot from me, but now just after 2 years of working with me, where you have hustled 10 years, you just decide, okay, cool, I'm also the next makeup brand and start your own business. Frustrating.
And Manny, to be completely honest with you, if you have a business, good for you. I will always support and cheer you from the side. But you know what? The thing is, I have a passion for this, and this is my thing. So if you want to do your own thing, you're more than welcome to do so. For me, it's about, I am a very loyal person. I would never do that to anyone. And I think that's why I need to open my mind and say, you know what? Probably this person is going to come through, get a lot of, build their own client base because I want that for them. Yeah. And then, move out. And I've learned to accept that. I wish you all the best. Go for it. Yes. Acknowledge where you come from.
Because I think also same with me, yes. If you are stuck on that, you as a business owner will not move forward.
You shouldn't. It shouldn't even bother you, but it does because you know that person well.
I think to bring it to a point, it irritates me just that we are not humble enough in Namibia to just open our mouths and say thank you, and everyone out there, I can say gladly I did assist here, or yes. I worked with this person, and thank you to you as well.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes, but correct. I think maybe that's still something we will learn. Can I also ask you for a holy shit moment in your life where you realized this just happened, like holy shit?
It's actually very weird. I was very young, and I don't know. Look, I don't want to go religious. Yeah. But I asked for something, and it was very simple. It was, can I please wake up tomorrow at, sorry, it's Afrikaans. Yeah, no tomorrow at 6:45. And the next morning, I woke up at exactly 6:45. And I was young, I was 13. And I realized then, I'm getting a goosebump. I realized then that you get what you ask for. So you must be very sure what you ask for. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I didn't grow up with a major lot. And, I've, over the years, asked for a lot of things that I got. I want to cry now. But yes, I'm very blessed.
But I think, I want to talk with you quickly about this topic. I think it's something where a lot of people think you're crazy. You have a weird belief, or you're crazy. I think it's just what your mind sets out to. Exactly. What you want to achieve, yes. You will be able because you consistently work on it, and it will come then. Then automatically someday you'll catch yourselves like, well, now I have this, or
yes.
I got here somewhere. Yes. A lot of people also say it's luck. I don't think it's luck. I work my ass off to get there, and I think after a few years we got there. Yeah. But like you said, it's what you set out in your brain.
Yeah, as I grew older, and I read a lot, but as I grew older, I realized that that's why I say I don't spend time on negative things. No. And that is a decision for me because I realized in my life I need to decide everything that I want to take up, that I want to cry about, that I want to goal about. I think about these things and I decide on what I want, and it is a mindset, regardless of what you believe. That's not the point. Whether you believe in the mother lode or whatever, you as a person, you have to get your mind right and then decide what you want and then work your ass off.
I like that. Yeah. I actually wanted to ask you a single scariest thing that happened last year to you. Not Corona, please. We know all about that. COVID was here. And is there another single scariest thing where you said, I almost lost my business, or no, crazy, this something else maybe, a sweet story?
Something that happened. Gosh. Yes, for me, it was a realization of I couldn't go out of the country and I have people all over the world. And what if something happens to them? And obviously my sister got sick and we are very, very, very close. So that was for me like, holy shit. I can't I didn't lose a lot of people in my life, so I haven't dealt with anything like that. So that was for me very scary, that was for me the scariest thing,
I wanted to actually move in a quick speed round. So speed round is just a quick yes or no answers, short sentences. You can just give me short answers. What are you consuming on YouTube right now, or even on the internet?
Skincare. Skincare brands and skincare devices.
Cool. How much do you sleep?
I would say between 5 and 7 hours a night.
How busy are you during the day? How many hours do you work on a daily basis?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them.
So you run to business, you must, yeah. What mindset do you follow or live by?
My mindset, whoa. Yeah. No, basically, I decide what I let in and stick here and what goes out. That's what I'm living with. Yes.
Cool. Do you consume Instagram stories in general? Actually, reels, not stories, more reels.
No.
Okay. Not at all. Also, not catch yourself at night at home, quickly in bed, just zapping.
I don't. No, I do reels myself for content.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay. Do you email rather or phone call?
Phone.
Okay. Sports, gym. You're an outdoor person. You said
run.
Yeah?
I run. Yes.
What motto do you live by?
How you do anything is how you do everything.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, we had this average working hours per day. You said almost every single hour.
All of them.
Maybe I can ask a quick speed question. Weekends. Also, do you sometimes say I take off and then I take off, or is your brain constantly also still switched on and say weekends I still think about my business?
Yes, I think about my business all the time. All the time. I take off. I try to take off Sundays. Yes.
Cool. Do you follow friends or business people on social media?
Business people.
Only?
Mostly.
Okay, cool. Ranking 1 to 5, 1 being the best. Which platform is your top platform for social media content?
Facebook, yes.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
If you can say anything or ask anything to the viewers, you could do so now.
Yes, it would be interesting what their take is on makeup brands. What do they think? Is it something that they would like? I want to ask. I want to ask this. Do you investigate and do you do a little bit of research before you purchase a product, or do you just walk in and it's like you believe everything that the salesperson is telling you?
Interesting. Let us know in the comments down below, guys.
Yeah, please.
Then also anyone you can suggest for another episode of Sessions.
Sure. In Namibia now, maybe someone like in the fashion industry. I don't know if maybe for Fashion Week someone.
Do you have any specific names maybe?
Well,
someone you can recommend?
I don't know if you have spoken to Louis Munana. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll let you know about him. If you get to ask the question of the day, what's on your mind? Something that's maybe on your mind that you can ask our viewers.
At the moment, for the day, it's a tough one. No.
Anything.
Like
or
anything.
Anything in the past maybe that's on your mind.
Yeah,
maybe I can ask, what's your thought on crypto? Crypto and Bitcoin, and that say your thought about the whole crypto space.
So, not that I can do that, but I think you should invest in every single portfolio that there. I mean, we all know that we 5 years ago you had to own a building or a house or something. That was the market to be in, and today that really doesn't matter. So I believe that you should look at that at least and have some kind of investment in some kind of crypto, because I do think that it is going to become bigger in the future.
You yourself invested?
Yes,
yeah?
Yes, I do. A little bit.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let's keep it for you. I actually want to ask the last question here. Any last advice, any last words you can give to listeners of what it means to be a business owner, what it means to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
And give us a sweet story on that.
Yeah, look, if you're starting out as an entrepreneur, it's a rocky ride. It's bumpy, and you're going to make so many mistakes. It's ridiculous. And I am not jealous. It's tough. It's very freaking tough. Yeah, and you have to be very tough, and you have to be very positive, and you have to take every single opportunity that you have. It might blow up in your face, but you should take it. And yes, you have to prepare yourself to work very hard. Yeah. That's my advice.
I love it. Thank you very much. Christie, thank you very much for the talk.
Thank
you also for your time. Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure.
Guys, for all of you who want to know more, do take a look down below in the description. It's everything. We linked all the links to you personally, if I may, and also the Graftobian brand accounting side. We can add it in there. I don't mind. But yeah, have a look down below that you can follow Christie as well and the brand Graftobian on its own. And yeah, thanks again for coming. Thanks.
Yes, and thanks for having me. I really had fun.
Thank you
so
well.
much. I appreciate it.
Guys, we see each other next time.
Thanks,
guys. Bye-bye.